Angel Reese just got called out big time after her debut in the new basketball league. Remember, this is the same Angel Reese who once confidently said that Caitlin Clark wasn't the only reason people watched the WNBA. Back then, Reese seemed to think she was a major star too, but fast forward to this new league, where Caitlin Clark isn't even playing, and Reese still couldn't deliver. In her very first game, she flopped badly, almost like a disappointing sequel to a bad movie. Her performance on the court was weak, her attitude was off, and her ego seemed way too inflated. Reese had a huge opportunity to shine and prove herself on a fresh stage, away from all the comparisons to Caitlin. Instead, she ended up losing her first game, making it look like she wasn't ready for the spotlight after all.
She got kind of overshadowed by Cameron Brink too. But remember, this girl was picked fourth, right?
Angel, I have one question for you. What's the excuse this time? The spotlight was all yours. The competition wasn't even that tough, and yet you still couldn't step up and deliver. So, how exactly are you planning to explain this mess? We're all listening because right now, the next big thing image you've been carrying is starting to feel more like the next big joke. You had every chance to show everyone why you deserve the hype, but instead, you let it all slip away. What's the plan moving forward? Are you going to own up to what happened, or will it be another round of excuses? People were rooting for you, and now it's hard to see how you'll bounce back from this.
This girl has a chance to become a star, man. In this Unrivaled, make a name.
January 17th, 2025, the highly anticipated debut of the Unrivaled Basketball League. The hype was massive, the expectations even bigger, and Angel Reese was supposed to be the star everyone counted on. Her team, Rose Basketball Club, was banking on her to lead them to victory. But instead of stepping up, Reese let the game slip right through her fingers and practically gifted the win to Vin Basketball Club, almost like it was a welcome present. The final score? Vin BC 79, Rose BC 73. Sounds like a close game, right? Don't be fooled. That 6-point gap doesn't even begin to show how badly Reese played. Her performance was a mess from start to finish, and it completely threw her team off track. Fans and critics alike expected so much more from Reese on this big stage, but instead of proving her worth, she ended up being one of the biggest letdowns of the night. It's clear she has a lot of work to do if she wants to bounce back and show that she deserves the spotlight.
I can't see that Angel did anything if they didn't show it.
Angel Reese entered the Unrivaled Basketball League with more hype than a Black Friday sale. Everyone was calling her the next big thing, but her debut proved to be anything but. Sure, her stat line of 10 points and 14 rebounds looks decent at first glance, but when you dig deeper, the cracks in her game become glaringly obvious. She shot under 30% from the field and committed 4 turnovers, each one a dagger to her team's chances. When the game was on the line, instead of rising to the occasion, Reese fumbled, tripped, and dragged her team, Rose Basketball Club, down with her. Her bad decision-making infected the entire squad. Take her fast break opportunities, for example. She had 3 chances to shift the momentum in her team's favor, but turned them into embarrassing fumbles. Watching her on the court was like watching someone try to carry water in a sieve. Pointless, frustrating, and ultimately useless. And let's not even get started on her defense. Sure, she snagged 14 rebounds, but what good are rebounds when you can't stop your opponent from scoring? Ryan Howard, Vinyl BC's star player, absolutely dominated the paint. Howard put on a clinic, dropping 33 points with a 55% shooting percentage and scoring 10 of her team's final points in crunch time. Meanwhile, Reese was busy being a liability, letting her team's chances slip further and further away. The leadership gap between the two captains couldn't have been more obvious. Howard commanded the court with confidence, leading her team like a seasoned general. Her calm under pressure inspired her teammates to step up. Reese, on the other hand, disappeared when her team needed her most. Her uncertainty and lack of leadership infected Rose BC, turning them into an uncoordinated mess. The rest of the team didn't fare much better. Vinyl BC's bench outscored Rose BC's by 22 points, highlighting the stark difference in team cohesion. Vinyl BC moved the ball with precision, like a well-practiced orchestra, while Rose BC looked like a group of strangers playing pickup basketball at a local gym. Reese's mistakes were glaring and costly. Her 4 turnovers handed Vinyl BC 8 easy points. Add to that her miserable performance at the free throw line. She went 2-4-6, leaving 4 points on the table, and it's clear her play hurt her team in a close game. When double-teamed, instead of adapting, Reese panicked, lost possession, and handed momentum to the other team time and again. The game was a total collapse, exposing every crack in Reese's skill set. She looked completely unprepared for the big stage, as if she didn't understand the magnitude of the moment. Meanwhile, Vinyl BC executed their game plan perfectly, exposing Rose BC as an unorganized and poorly led team. And then there's Caitlin Clark, who delivered the verbal knockout punch after the game. Angel Reese's performance was disappointing. She needs to focus on the fundamentals before stepping into the spotlight, she said. Harsh, but accurate. Reese's debut wasn't just disappointing, it was a neon sign highlighting all her flaws. If there's any silver lining, it's that Reese's path to improvement is clear. She needs to stay calm under pressure, cut down on turnovers, improve her free throw shooting, and learn what it truly means to lead a team. But fixing all of that in the high-stakes environment of the Unrivaled League is no small task. Reese's next few games will determine her trajectory. Will she rise to the challenge and silence her critics, or will she continue to be the poster child for unmet expectations? Right now, the ball is in her court, but if this debut is any indication, she has a long way to go before anyone starts taking her seriously.